Today we're going to change the rear brake pads on a Hummber H3. What you're going to need are a set of brake pads. I have these Bosch semi-metallic, a 14mm socket wrench, a screwdriver. I have a toothbrush with some alcohol here to do some cleaning up in around the brake area, a small sanding block, and to get the wheel off I have an electric impact wrench, and you also need a seat clamp and a small block of wood. And of course you're going to need a jack to jack up the vehicle and block it for safety. I have the jack stand, which is the one from the Hummer, put maybe 2 inches to the left of the rear differential. Next you pop off the cap, get access to the 6 lugs. And here's the electric impact wrench, no need for an air compressor, and a 3/4 inch impact socket. So this here is a rear caliper, this section right here. These are the pads. That's the inside pad, that's the outside pad. And the 2 bolts that you have to remove, 2 14mm, are this one here and this one down here. First of all, you want to release some of the pressure on the pads against the rotor here. With the cap released on the master cylinder, you put a screwdriver in between the pad and the rotor, and you wiggle it slightly just to get some room. And you can see that that's loosened up a little bit. So next is to take off the 2 bolts. So you want to be careful of this rubber line back here, so you should just be able to remove the caliper and just gently lay it on your rear spring. And here are the pads. So you just gently remove them like that, and the back one you do the same. Now, as you can see, all the rust in and around the parts. So this, as you can probably guess, is not your California brake replacement. This is the east coast of North America, right next to the Atlantic Ocean, where we get a lot of salt water. So if you see people replacing things on a 2006 vehicle and there's no rust, hey, they're not in Atlantic Canada. Okay, so now I'm just cleaning up the parts with a toothbrush and some alcohol, just to make it a little bit cleaner. It probably will get dirty very shortly, but this is just to clean it up a little. And now I'm cleaning up in around the brake caliper. These things here are sliders for the pads. Sometimes they come with the pads, sometimes they don't. These are a little dirty and a little rough, so I'm just going to pop them off. There are little clips right here, so you be gentle and just pop them off. You just slide right on up off over like that, and I'm just going to take a sanding block and just give them a light sanding. Then when it's cleaned, you just pop it right back in place. So here are the brake pads. This one is the outside, and the reason why I know it's the outside is because it has this little vibration plate, and the inside one has this squeal guard. That's what actually let us know that the other brakes were gone. When they get down so low, this piece of metal, the end right here, actually presses against the rotor and it makes a real squealing noise. Just to show you what the other one looked like, it was actually wore down to this. You can see the difference. Pretty significant. Take the pad, you just slide it on like that. Take the outside pad, like that. So when you have the pads in place, this may not fit back on because, as you can see, it's out a little bit, and with the new brakes it won't go on over. So this will have to be compressed. So what you do is that you get a small block of wood, place in there, and you get a clamp. So now you just tighten up the clamp slowly, push back the piston, and it should be able to just slide right on over the brakes like that. You take your two 14 millimeters, screw into your sliders. That's the top one, the bottom one, take your wrench, there we go, and then you can get a torque wrench and then tighten it up to the manufacturer specs. So there you have it, replacing the rear brake pads on a 2006 Hummer H3. The other side is exactly the same as this side. So from here, what you want to do, you put your wheel back on, tighten up your lug nuts, and before you go driving it anywhere, make sure that you pump the brakes a few times, because the piston in here is moved back, so you want to pump the brakes a few times just to get them charged up so she'll stop. I hope this video proved useful to you, but if this is beyond your capabilities, go see your mechanic. Thanks for watching.